Everybody- I know that.
Yep.
I think we've got everybody. And I will try to do this as best I can with online. I have a little trouble with people, but I can't see. I forget to keep looking at the screen. So if I miss you, please yell at me, okay? So this meeting is called to order. Are there any agenda additions or changes? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I move sorry. The agenda has
Okay, motion's been made
Seconded.
and seconded to approve the agenda as presented. Public to be heard is next. Is there any public to be heard regarding items that are not on that motion? Sorry about that. I guess we could do that, huh? All those in favor, sorry guys. All those in favor of approving the agenda as presented signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. The ayes have it. Now we'll move on to public to be heard. Is there any public to be heard on any items that are not on tonight's agenda? I see no hands on the screen. I see no hands in the room. So we will move along to the consent agenda. Consent items to be voted on are the approve the minutes. I mean, and approve the draft minutes for the, I know. Errors, corrections, comments?
I have a question
Yes, Irene.
to why it's under consent. We're actually gonna talk about it.
Yeah, the only choice on the consent is to vote on it.
That was my bad.
Or remove it from the.
That's all right.
That'd be
You
another-
can vote to remove it from the consent agenda. We'll use it as a separate agenda item if you want to do that.
I'll move to remove it.
The motion's been made to remove the minutes in the consent agenda
I'll second.
and seconded. All those in favor? Those opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The minutes have been removed from the consent agenda. We will now change the minutes to item 6 on the agenda and we'll move everything else down because that's the way it's gonna go. Okay, comments on the minutes? Irene?
I don't know where the secretary, because she's remote and she's not really present normally, gets the names from, but of course I printed it all out and left it at home. The seconders were not Ken on every single one of the motions, like it was Andy on one and Eric on the second one. So I can get you those. They're just like typos, but they're not right. And I had taken notes on my agenda also at home of who the people actually were who made the motions and seconded them, and they were not matching what the minutes said.
Okay.
So just an FYI.
So you have several of them?
Yeah.
Oh, where are they? Well, at this point, then I would take a motion to table these minutes until our next meeting. And then have Irene send you the corrections.
Okay.
Is there a motion?
So
Irene has it. I'll second it.
Okay, motion's been made by Irene, seconded by Ken, that we table these minutes until our next meeting and Irene will send the corrections in. If anybody else has other corrections, please send them in. From now on, know if you could get them in before the meeting so that we can get it corrected. I know, I got it. I'm just trying to make it easier for poor Jen and for Darby here, so.
We don't want to
Okay.
lose it.
true.
All right. Anybody online? Alexis is waiting. Any online that have anything to, if you want to change anything in the minutes or if you have any corrections, please send them to Jen at the town clerk's office. Thank you.
I'm good.
Moving on. We'll move on to requests for abatements. Our first request for abatement is from Wendy Hoffman. She's representing the estate of Carl Hoffman, and I believe Wendy is online here with us this evening. Wendy, what would you like to tell us about this?
Well, I want to check in to make sure that everyone has been able to read the request that I sent in.
We have every member
Okay.
received a copy.
Okay. I can give you a few more details, but I almost think this might be better if I let you ask me some questions about this. But generally, it's it is an unforeseen water and sewer usage. It was so just to give you a little bit of background. So we were at the time working to sell my late father's townhome, my parents' townhome. Um, and my brother had been living in the townhome since May of 2024 when my father had passed. So there was, he sort of became accustomed to normal usage of water and sewer. And so I'm saying this because I think that the bills between, say May of 24 up until it started to increase. I mean, that time before the increase would be sort of his average because nothing changed. Um, we put the townhome up for sale this past spring, and when my brother moved out at the beginning of September, and then when the meter was read for the final reading for closing, we saw what you see now, which was a very large bill. We had no idea what was going on. I kind of scurried because we were supposed to close the very next day. So we got a plumber in there, and I copied those comments from the plumber from his bill onto that paperwork. So there was something wrong. There was apparently some valves in the furnace were not working properly, allowing the water to continually flow. Um, so what he was supposing was that there was a break underneath the foundation because that's how the return line for the water was structured. However, when I look at the water sewer bill, I imagine that the sewer, I have a difficult time understanding the Excel sheet that I got for a sewer bill, but that water was either flowing into the ground, unbeknownst to us, or flowing back through the system into the sewer. There was no evidence inside that there was anything wrong. In fact, the buyer had done a walkthrough that day and saw nothing wrong. So in my opinion, this qualifies pretty easily as something that was unforeseen and also not in our control. So what I'm requesting is just to have the the overage amount, which I think probably the person in charge of this billing is better equipped to manage, to have that overage amount reduced down to what the normal rate would have been had there not been anything wrong with the furnace.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, questions?
I guess my question, I'm sorry.
Just a minute.
No,
Go ahead, Karen.
Go ahead.
my question is, it sounds, from what I was reading, or from the, let me get there, to the repair, that it was under the slab. So is that the responsibility of the condominium or the association or the town? Because wouldn't it be the pipe before
It's
the building?
I hear your question, and of course the first thing I did was contact the HOA. And it was determined that, and through a more careful reading of the rules and regs for the HOA, it did not fall under their coverage. The other thing is, I'm not 100% sure that there was an actual break, or because he didn't go underneath the foundation to repair it. In order to repair it, and I should have clarified this, he rerouted the line into the rafters. So the line is now inside. I'm wondering, and this is like I said, someone from water and sewer might be more equipped to handle this question, but my question is, was the water flowing directly back in to the sewer? And I'm not sure if that's measured. I'm unclear about that.
Based on,
Done.
based on the water supply.
Okay, just a minute.
I couldn't hear that.
No, hold on a minute.
Okay.
His bill says it was discovered bad old water lines under slab.
So yes, and that's what the plumber wrote, but he never actually dug
Went
under the
under.
slab to see. So that's why I said when I saw the bill reflecting high sewer, I was suspecting that it was going back in.
Okay.
Mhm.
had the question?
Alyssa has her hand
Alyssa?
up.
I guess, and maybe Wendy, you might have answered this sort of in your last statement. So let's see, Essex does quarterly water bills. I'm just curious, what was the water bill the quarter before?
Mhm.
And was he living in it? Was your brother living in it during that time? What were you expecting it to be? Because I think it came out as like 2000 something.
I believe it was, yeah, it was close to 3,000. I don't have the bill in front of me. I do in the, I think you might have this paperwork. Do you have a copy of the bill?
Yeah,
I,
so
I think so. I'm
Okay. I
wondering
don't
what it
know the
was,
amount, but
what it
you
was
can,
the
I
trimester
don't have
before.
I don't have the dollar amount on that spreadsheet that I was given, but there is the usage. And so you can see the usage for the previous quarter, which was billed on June
For
16th.
both?
Can you see that? That was at 48,830 cubic feet.
Right.
And then this, and I don't even know that it could be, for all I know, this problem was happening during that time. I don't really know. But then it jumped up to 69,833 cubic feet when it was read on October 6th. So the way I look at this, this might give a little context, but when we wrote up the SPIR to sell the townhome back in May, my brother reported an average monthly amount for the water and sewer at $250 a month. And that comes down to about $8.33 a day. What we're seeing in this billing is $26.19 a day. These are not completely accurate numbers. I understand that. But it's a little more than 3 times what I believe it should have been. But like I said, water and sewer is going to have a better handle on exactly how much is the actual overage, above and beyond normal usage.
Thanks for the
Jenna?
clarification. I appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you.
Alyssa, Jen just looked up online, our average bill was $240 a month.
And that's per month,
I
or
mean,
is that the
every
trimester?
bill. We do it in threes, so the
Yeah,
third,
you
one
do it
third
in
of,
threes.
so average out to be $240
Per quarter. For 4
for
months.
the third, yeah.
4 months. For trimester.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Were there any other questions?
yeah, I have a
Like-
question. Hi.
Hi.
So I'm just trying to understand how it could be that the average price is can you still hear me? Because I just went over to my yeah.
I can hear.
So it looks like the increase in cubic feet or gallons went it was used to be 48,830 and it went up to 69,830. So let's go from 50 to 70 around. But that is just a much smaller increase than the cost increase. If your average used to be about 750 and now it's 3,000. So I'm not clear on what I'm reading here in terms of the bill and the usage.
I'm a little unclear on the bill as well. All I have is that one Excel spreadsheet. So, and the previous, I didn't see the amount of the previous bill. I'm sorry. I tried to get this from my brother, but he moved and he misplaced some of his paperwork. So I didn't have a copy of that and I should have requested it from the town, but I figured that you would have it or have access to it.
Okay,
I don't.
right. Ken?
I want to make sure I understand the bill that was submitted. It does say water and sewer bill. So the 48,830 is the reading on 6/16. And the 69,833 is the reading, not the usage,
Okay.
on 10/2025.
Right.
The difference between those two is the usage for the period of time from 6/16 to 10/6. So everybody needs to be clear about what they're looking at. That's
That
one
makes
thing.
sense.
Right? Thank you. I want to make sure we're good on that. And the understanding is that this is way beyond the normal usage. Can we get a statement of the normal usage over some prior period of time?
I can't do that now. That's a water sewer person.
So we really have no way, in terms of presented documentation, to know what the prior usage was. Having what?
We know the bill, the amount though. Can we do the math?
We do know the dollar amount, and we could probably do that math.
That
So
would be
what was the prior bill and for what period of time was that?
$140, but I don't know what the gallons were.
We can figure that
We
out.
can do a ratio and figure it out.
We
All
have,
right, we can do that during
we have
deliberation.
calculators.
Okay, right now, are there any other questions of this person? Karen?
Can we also concentrate on what the plumber did and found? Because he also said there was a bad circulation pump for the boiler, which is not, that's the unit's issue.
Mhm.
Failed in the open position, had a bad end switch. The fast fill was clogged, replaced all the, so there appeared to be some other issues
Okay.
that might have caused this. So I guess we're concentrating on this, the
Right.
usage, but we also have to concentrate on what may have caused it.
Okay, and we'll bring that up in deliberations. Are there any other questions for Wendy at this point?
I just want to point out that the cause, if we had known that this was happening, believe me, we would have fixed it. Because I was trying to sell the place. I would not have
Yep.
sold the place with a bad furnace. We weren't using the furnace. He still had hot water. So we didn't know. My father had it regularly serviced through Mayhew's. So I don't know what to say about that, but I can tell you that we did not know about it. And if we had, I'm an attorney, and I certainly would not have put the estate in the legal situation of selling a townhome with a known defect, particularly to such an important part of the system. So I just want to make that clear.
Okay. What is the exact amount you're requesting for abatement?
You know what? That's the problem I'm having that's why I was thinking if we could find out from water and sewer what the actual overage amount based on the past, say, year was, that would give an idea. And I don't know if I can go ahead and chase that down and follow up, or if that's something that the board can do.
Let's see what happens in deliberations, and we will get back to you on that one. How's that?
Okay.
So just one more.
Sure.
My understanding is that the sewer charge is just based on the water bill amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no separate numbers
No
that,
sewer meter.
There's no meter for it, right?
Okay.
It's water usage.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. I was unclear about that as well.
Okay, Kendall, you have another question?
Yes, my question is, does the hot water come from the boiler or do you have a separate hot water heater?
Separate hot water heater.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Are there any other questions? So what happens is after we hear all of our abatement requests, we'll go into deliberations and we'll discuss it. And then we'll come back out with either a decision, or if we need more information to, track it down, we'll let you know that also, okay?
Okay. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you for being here with us and helping us look into
I
this.
appreciate your time.
All right. Next on the agenda, are you Brian?
Yes.
All right, Brian. Why don't you go up to the table, sign in, so we know that you're
Sign in
here,
or over there?
right there. You're considered an appellant, so you sign right there. So, you're here representing Champlain Oil Company,
I am.
and they have requested an abatement of their taxes in which there is a clear or obvious error. Go ahead and tell us.
Yep, so my name is Brian Cairns. I'm the owner of Champlain Oil Company, president. We have owned 38 Jericho Road since 1988. And recently, when we actually went to list for sale, my realtor in getting documentation together in terms of property size, and used a program from an online program that shows acreage. And on the tax bill, it showed 1.58 acres. And when he came, he goes, I think they missed something because it's only showing 0.94. I think it was 0.97 when he did it. So therefore, I contacted Karen, right?
No, it's Karen.
Karen. Just to see what the discrepancy was, how this happened. And I know in my summary, I think everybody probably has that. I know it was reassessed. I know the town did a reassessment in 2007. So I was, Karen told me, well, all right, this is the process in terms of asking for back taxes that you paid for on a larger parcel.
Mhm.
So I had my accountant, Gallagher Flynn, kind of dive into it, giving them tax bills from 2005, which is as far back as we could go in terms of possession of tax bills. And then you see some of the email as well as a spreadsheet and how they calculated it to come up with since 05 to 2024, because we did actually correct 2025 taxes through a select board meeting on the 6th of October. So I'm asking for $11,676.11, which would represent the tax bills on the appropriate acreage from 2005 to 2024.
And the difference.
What's that?
And the difference.
The difference, exactly. Thank you.
Karen, were you planning on testifying on this?
Well, I wasn't, because it wasn't taxed as good as a mistake of the listers, so I don't know how this works.
You had the opportunity, not the listers, okay.
It's just, obviously. So I'm just not sure how that works.
Okay, well, then you get
New to
to,
me,
then you get to stay on the board as
I mean, I'm happy to
Nope,
to
okay, okay.
discuss and everything, if I can, but I don't know how that works.
First of all, I have one question.
Mhm.
Does this take into account the land that Champlain Oil had where that little food cart is now?
Food cart.
Where the guy parks and sells?
Oh, the guy parked. So Phil and Dennis obviously rented from us, Lisa was forever, and I'm sure you guys know them in town. They're great.
So in measuring your
It's measuring-
versus 1.5 versus your 0.97,
Yeah,
is that measured in there too?
This is 38 Jekyll Road, which was your 15.
it just takes into account the whole
It-
parcel.
It's the whole part, right? It goes from,
Goes across.
it goes across.
It goes all the way back.
Yeah,
It's just basically all the way back to the fence.
I know. Many, many years ago when it first opened, I walked it as an abatement issue. So. But I'm just curious if
It
was
obviously
it a
takes
sale
that.
or they just rent that spot?
I think they just parked they had an agreement with Phil and Dennis to park their vehicle there, but it's not something that will stay there.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, so they didn't actually buy that little
No.
square. So,
No, we still own the whole.
all right. That was my questions.
Is that the little cart that was next to the store?
Yeah, off Sand Hill, it sits right across from the
I
park.
can't remember. It used to be, the store used to be something else. I can't remember.
Irene, you have
We did get that map out, so I did not get a map.
Yeah. So this,
Right.
I printed this after I sent everything to Jen, which I got from my realtor, showing how he came up with it.
questions online, Lissa?
This is
I-
38 Jekyll Road, that's not, it has nothing to
It's
do with
not on
the piece that
Samuel
you're
Road.
talking about. Thank you.
This is the old Maverick station, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Didn't
not
it
the
used to be
shell,
a
not
little
the.
house?
Stop, I asked her to ask a question, hold on. Melissa,
I think I'm really confused over when the error occurred, how you can own a property of less than an acre for conceivably, well, we had our last assessment in what, 2007, was it?
Right.
And it comes on your acreage comes on your bill. So where was the error made that it's from point 0.94 to 1.5 something. I'm feeling a disconnect of, or was property attributed to this which actually belongs to somebody else? What, I'm, I'm confused
Well, it's
when
been
the
that
error
on the
was made.
tax bill. Yeah, it's been on the tax bill 1.58 since 1980 when we purchased it. I don't know,
Am I not even?
going back that far, I was 11 years old. So, I mean, I I don't know what, what happened back then, why it was misrepresented or not. We've, again, just found out 2 months ago that this was actually 0.94 acres.
I think I'm looking at the wrong.
Isn't there legal records of a surveyor on it?
You would think with the town assessment, they would have surveyed it and then corrected it at that point. And that would have been in 07, but I obviously wasn't the case.
Okay, so
Well,
I
we
just want to
haven't-
be clear.
we
I
haven't
just want to
done
be
it.
clear
I have no idea.
that the additional 0.5 acres or approximate, because I can't add right now, the approximate half acre, is that acreage that has been assessed to you, which really belongs to somebody else? Or was it just that things were measured wrong or the number was put down wrong?
My guess would be that it was measured wrong initially. But there's no, I would, I would have no idea if that was the case. That's my guess.
I need to apologize. I think I was at the wrong property. You're talking about the old gas station.
Yeah, service station.
No wonder I can't make this work right.
I know I
Okay.
had a trailer.
Sorry
parked
about
in there,
that.
So you threw me off.
Yeah, I just like,
There's no food truck there.
I'm looking at
Okay.
the smoke. Never mind. I got it now where we are. Eric, your question?
Yeah, I'm looking at the GIS map for the town here, and first of all, I just want to say here that it does reflect a lot size of 0.94 for this parcel. So I don't know why that wouldn't be that way on the bill when the card apparently reflects that. But I also want to point out that on this GIS system here, this is parcel 76, which is adjacent to parcel 76-1. And the street address is 38 Jericho Road, which is adjacent to 38A Jericho Road. And if you combine the two, you get pretty close to that 1.58. So you actually get to 1.61 acres. So I think at some point, that's a John Leo property next door. I wonder if they divided it and then somebody just didn't fix, the listing, didn't fix the bill. Because if you add those together and they're almost identically numbered, then you're getting into that, you're getting in the ballpark of the combined lot size.
Is that a possibility, Karen?
Am I allowed to speak on it?
You are now. I'm asking.
All right. It was subdivided back in 1988, and it was, like you said, John Leo, so 0.64 acre is where the house is, and the 0.94 is where the garage is. And I can't attest to what happened back in 88 or 2007. I wasn't here. But for some reason, when the reassessment was done, that 1.58 was carried over. The assessor never he split the 0.64, but he didn't split the 94. But the assessment values went out with all the notifications to property owners. So again, there's another chance to review work. And so ever since then, it's been 1.58 on the grand list, valued as such, and on the tax bill. And I didn't find out about it because I wouldn't know anything about it. This has been this way since the reappraisal, since I walked in the door. I found out about it on September 19th of 2025 this year, when Amber Jackson contacted me from Champlain Oil. And that's when I did my errors and omissions to the select board and corrected it. So it went from 336.8 value to 282.1, a difference of 54,700, and the taxes were decreased, but 1,659.22. So that's what I did, the errors and omissions.
Questions? Yes.
Sorry.
Ray, go ahead. I do that all the time. I'm so sorry.
So were you under the impression that you owned 1.58 acres?
Correct.
Okay, so this whole time, so you wouldn't have looked at the bill and thought, oh, this is wrong, because you thought you owned.
Yeah, I mean, we
1.5.
never did any redevelopment there, so there's never
There's
a
no
question
reason.
why it was
Okay.
1 point,
Thank you.
not 1.58, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Just a minute. Ken?
Is 38A listed currently on the grand list?
Yes, it is.
At,
0.67.
thank you.
Or 6.4, 6.7, I think, 6.7.
Whatever. I just want to make sure it was listed, that's all.
Yes.
6.7.
Nice.
You forgot this.
Okay, I know I'm old, and that just went right over my head. Anyway, are there any questions, other questions? So, you bought this from John Leo, and you bought the whole thing
My father purchased.
Your father purchased the whole thing. So how did it get, where,
I believe we owned part of it and bought the rest of it from John Lee.
okay,
That was my recollection and some history on it.
okay. And you're requesting 11,676.11?
Yeah, that is the difference just in the tax rate going back from 05, based on the size of the lot being 0.94. Instead of 1.5.
Other questions?
Yep.
Ken?
How many, it's 12 years, am I right?
2005 to 2024.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, 12. Right, that would be, okay, 12, I think 12.
Going back 05, would that be 2012?
Yep, you got it, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have documentation going back to
I wanted to
88,
make
so
sure.
I just,
You're asking for 12 years worth of
instead of
difference of.
the.
Okay, Irene?
So these numbers aren't in sequence, right? So there's this tax bill you don't have in your possession.
I do, all the tax bills from 05 to 2025 should be in the packet.
That's right here, yeah.
Okay, but they're not on this list.
This
list,
list is showing,
Every
oh, did I
year,
not?
right? So just
Oh,
so you're aware,
It
you're
just-
getting 11,000 out of it.
No, it's every other year.
It looks like you're missing 2022 and 2020 and all that. So for what that's worth, you might
I'm
be.
skipping every other.
No, not always.
Back and also, I don't know what tax rate you're using, but the tax rate changes every year, so shouldn't that be the year tax rate times the year, not the current tax rate, because that might be higher or lower, and there's been assessments along the way, so I don't want to grant you a refund if I'm gonna do that, based on this year's tax rate times 20 years back's worth of taxes paid, because that might not be accurate, it might short you, it might short you.
Right,
So
no.
there's gotta be somebody who digs into this and makes sure that the right tax rates are applied each year.
That is why I felt it was good to have an accountant kind of dive into it, and that's what I gave the bills, because I know tax rate change yearly, any assessment and valuation and things like that.
Right. Yes, Ken. Oh, I'm sorry, Margaret's turn first, she had her hand up first.
The way I do the math, if this started at 2005 up to 2024, that's 19 years, not 12.
Yeah, it's 12 bills, but.
12 bills,
You're
but
right.
that's 19 years.
Yep.
And I have a friend who's dealing with a person who moved the boundary marker, and she investigated the state law, which says that after 15 years, the person who's squatting on the property owns it, whether or not they purchased it. So this is more than 15 years. This is 19 years. It's not 12, it's 12 bills, but it's
I
19
counted the
years.
bills actually inadvertently and did not look at the date, now I have.
Yeah.
And
But he's
so-
only asking for what he's got records of is what he's
Okay,
done.
that's fair.
He's not asking you for the whole, he's only asking you for what he has the records for.
And my question really was, tax rate is not relevant because these are actual payments, right?
Yeah, we paid actual bills, we paid these in total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would not, yeah.
Yeah, it's not tax rate, it's, he went through each bill in terms of the size difference in parcels based on the tax rate. It came up on a spreadsheet. He explains it in another email as well. This email is what I asked him to actually put that together. So that would give you kind of breakdown of what columns, what, how it came to the.
Okay. Alyssa?
I apologize if I'm being obtuse here, but I'm really trying to understand this. So let's assume that this divided parcel you have been taxed for 19 years. Who thinks they actually own this parcel?
Who thinks what?
The other piece
Well,
that you.
so this piece, this half acre that's sitting there that you don't own, but was subdivided that you've been paying taxes on, who thinks they own that parcel?
No, we own it. I think what didn't happen is it didn't get changed on the tax bill appropriately back in the purchase of it. So it looked like a larger parcel than it was. I don't know if John Leo, who sold us, let's say the back half, got a break on his taxes. I don't want to speak to him. I have no idea, what that side would look like, but we just found this out recently, and this is kind of.
Is anybody using this area?
It's a residential property. There's a house on it.
There's a house on it.
And they're paying taxes.
So
House
is that
something
person also
probably-
paying? Basically, I'm wondering, is the town double dipping and taxing two different people for this same
Well,
space?
it appears that way. Yeah. It appears that way
Okay.
based on what is
Okay,
submitted.
so it's not that you have been paying the taxes on something, another property that somebody else has been using, because as the last commenter said, I mean, there are squatters' rights where if somebody doesn't assert their ownership and you've been maintaining and paying taxes on it by right, it's actually yours, I believe. But that's not happening. So the town is double dipping is what I'm asking.
It is.
Okay.
I can't speak to John those tax bills, but.
You find out if he's paying anything.
I'm sure he's paying his taxes. I'm sure.
Would you be able to know that from your records?
What?
If John Leo's paying for that other property?
He is. It's
That's his
Okay.
house?
Yep, 38A,
Right.
use a separate parcel on the ground
So-
list and a separate.
Okay.
Eric's got it.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
So the town has been collecting taxes on the same property twice?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. That clarifies it.
All right. Any other questions at this time? Okay, so what we do is we go into deliberations, we discuss it, we'll come up with an answer and we'll let you know.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for your consideration.
At this time, I'll entertain a motion to enter deliberations.
I move we go to deliberation.
Betsy made the motion, Ray seconded that we go into deliberations. If you would kill the recording at this point. All right. Before you, the first vote would be on the abatement request for the estate of Carl Hoffman, represented by Wendy Hoffman. What is your wish?
Yeah. I move that we do not do the abatement.
The motion's been made that we deny the abatement. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
And seconded. All those in favor of denying the abatement signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Bye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
There you go.
Okay, because it's online. Did you vote?
Yeah.
Right,
On this one.
yes, you have to just state it out loud because there's a no vote. So we have to
Oh, it
go
wasn't
through a
me.
record. No, I know that,
Gotta make a
but it has to be recorded because these,
roll call.
because they're not in the room. We have
Oh,
to-
I'm sorry. I thought
Go
you were
ahead.
thinking me out.
Go ahead. No, I'm gonna go around the room. I'm starting with you. I knew you had a bad day.
On me. Now I get yay.
Okay, Margaret, are you in favor of the vote or not?
Yea or nay?
Denying it.
Yes.
Yay.
Ken Signorella, yay.
Betsy Dunn, yay.
You guys will vote.
Yeah.
Online, Leonora,
Aye.
Eric,
Aye.
yes, Alexis,
I.
Kendall,
Aye.
Melissa,
I want to be clear on the question. The question was, should we deny any abatement whatsoever?
request. Yes. We're denying it.
Nay.
The abatement.
I am a nay.
You're the nay, okay. And Cynthia? Cynthia?
Nay. See, yep, nay. Sorry, my mute takes a little longer. Nay.
There's two no's. Okay. That everybody? Oh wait, I had.
Did you get
Oh,
Kendall?
yeah. What happened? There you are.
Aye.
And an aye. Okay. Thank you. So the ayes have it. The abatement will be denied.
For what reason?
It's
The
the
responsibility.
responsibility of the homeowner to maintain the equipment within the home.
And attached to it.
And yeah. Okay. Okay. Our second abatement.
This is what I'm gonna review.
Yes, go ahead. Thank you, Karen, for everything.
you.
And I hope the rest of your week goes better.
Yeah. And not because of this. This did not cause.
So our second request for abatement is Champlain Oil Company, represented by Brian. And he is requesting an amount of $11,676.11 to be abated from his tax bill. What is your decision?
I move that we abate the full amount requested by.
Second.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded.
I'd like to amend that.
State your amendment. Sorry, the chairperson.
Wait a minute. I got lost now. You want to amend the motion?
That they want
Seconded motion.
to, allow the abatement
That's correct.
for the full amount,
That's correct.
but I would like to stipulate that he can take this to court.
I'm not sure we can legally do that, truthfully.
He can?
I would mention.
I wouldn't even mention it, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
You can do it. I mean, we'll do it.
No, it's okay then.
Okay. All right. Sorry. The motion's been made that we grant this abatement request and seconded. Made by Ray, seconded by Leonora. All those in favor?
Ma'am, I'd like to offer,
Ken?
I'd like to offer an amendment. I don't think it'll fly, but I'll give it a shot. I'd like to limit the abatement to the most recent 6 months, 6 years of requested amount. I'm not gonna do the math right now, but I can do it.
Have to have an amount, so
Excuse me?
we have to have an amount if
Then
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
wait.
have to wait a few, well, let's see. Is there enough? Excuse me?
We don't have 2020. We don't have all the years.
The
That's
most
a good
recent
reference to it.
6 years, up to 6 years from the point. I think it's 24, so that's 1, 2, 3.
What a weird way to
No,
write it.
we can
Okay,
go
thank
back
you.
to,
It's each bill. Yeah, it's how the bills are laid.
we can go back to 2019, now to 2017. So I would do that math if there's enough agreement, but I'm not gonna bother if nobody would support this. Is there a second at least?
Was there a second on that amendment?
Forget it.
I'm seeing, hearing no second, so we'll continue with
Vote
your,
wrap.
with the original. Vote. All those in favor of abating, granting this request for abatement for $11,676.11 signify by saying yes.
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 Yeah.
Aye.
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 All those opposed? Oh, mine. Okay, the ayes have it. Okay, we don't even need to do a roll call then. Thank you. Is there any other business to come before this board this evening? If not, I want to wish you all a wonderful holiday, because we won't meet again in December, I don't think. I don't think. Anyway, but thank you all for being here, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn. the
Motion's been made
Second.
and seconded by
I'll second.
Margaret. All those in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Thank you all very much.
Nay.
Nay.
Everybody.
Okay, wait a minute. All those in favor?
What?
Did you guys just say no to
They
adjournment?
did, now we have to do a roll call.
Somebody
did.
has a hand. Somebody has their hand up and you didn't notice it before you called for adjournment. Sorry, that's why I said nay.
Kendall? What?
I'm always causing problems. Going back to what Alex said, is it in our purview to come up with specific requirements for abatement of water and sewer charges?
Alexis.
I'm
sorry.
I'll tell you what, Kendall, I will follow up with the Secretary of State on that and I'll let you know. How's that? I'm not
That's
sure.
perfect. Thank you.
It's all new, so
And,
yeah.
and sorry I got
Yeah.
your name wrong, Alexis.
All right, can we do this once more? All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Please have a wonderful holiday and a good night. Stay safe out there.
Thank you, Don.